Hello and welcome to the 4th episode of Dice for Brains. I'm Ross Rockefeller. This is an actual play podcast told in an episodic structure through the course of a season. For the first season, we'll be telling a story set in the Star Wars universe, using Fantasy Flight Games' Star Wars Force and Destiny. Season 1 of the Dice for Brains podcast is brought to you by D20 GameSpot in St. Augustine, Florida. All music is composed and performed by Jared Pennick at Z Chord Studios in Gainesville, Florida. Thank you all so much for your support during our release. Our first week was wildly successful, and we hope we have many more to follow. Now, let's meet the cast and get on with the episode.
This is Joshua Reynolds, and I'll be playing the part of Gree Tickus. He's a Twi'lek with an axe to grind with the Empire.
What's Gree's favorite tool to use?
I think he likes the Hydro Spanner.
Hydro Spanner.
I think he uses that a whole lot, but because he gotta use it to whack things. It's a pretty hefty, when you need to knock around loose parts, it's good for that.
Excellent, excellent.
My name's David Wright. I'm playing Zen Malek, the Nautolan advisor, low-level bureaucrat, who were a cog in the Imperial machine.
Okay, so what was the best piece of political advice Zen ever got? And from who?
Actually, it was from a low-level adjutant in his father's office who told him as a young child that things are going to get tough and sometimes things are dark, but you just smile and acknowledge and move on.
Hi, I'm Susan White, and I'm playing Bear the Lesser. Bear the Lesser is a human female who is a fisher person on her home planet of Baba.
Excellent. So what is... Well, we already know what the worst fishing day for Bear was. So what was Bear's best fishing day?
Bear's best fishing day was the first day that she met Zen and Gree, and they brought along their brand new crane. And it was the first time that she had a chance to apply her father's teachings about tree fishing to the art using this brand new crane, and they caught so many things that you wouldn't believe it. They went home and they got rich by their standards today.
Excellent. I smell a flashback episode.
Shame it's broken now.
Shame it's, yeah. So, one of the other mechanics that we're going to be dealing with is conflict, which directly relates to your morality scores, which are all set at 50 right now.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to be acquiring points of conflict during the course of the session, which is just a point anytime your character is conflicted about something. Mm. And then we're going to roll a d10 occasionally. Okay. So, for instance, Bear acquired 6 points of conflict in the last few scenes. And these are from anything from misleading people, being confrontational, that kind of stuff. Anything that could be morally conflicting to your character. So, as you have acquired 6 of those points, what you need to do is roll a d10 and tell me what you got.
Okie dokie, here we go. That's a 10.
Okay, 10. So that means that's actually a really good roll. You kind of want to be rolling high on this. What we do now is we subtract your conflict, which was 6, so you got 4 remaining, and that's how your morality is adjusted. So your morality actually went up 4 points.
Oh, cool.
Which is very cool. And although this isn't in the book, one of the house rules we use is anytime your morality shifts, you actually get experience as well, just because that's something your character is experiencing. I like that.
Right on. That sounds good.
Mr. Zen Malak only got 4 points of conflict.
And he rolled a 6.
A 6, so he is +2. So you have a 52 morality now, and yes. Gree was our big winner on the conflict.
Oh, lay it on me.
You got 11.
Holy, I can't, okay.
You actually can't. Yep, so roll it.
I'm happy about it already. I got a 4.
You got a 4, so that's a difference of -7, so your morality goes down 7.
Right, so it goes down to 43.
43 is your morality.
Okay, yes,
better than 41.
I guess so.
Not quite as good as 42.
Nowhere near as good as 42. I was shooting for that. Maybe next time.
Yeah, you should have rolled better.
Oh.
Or done one more evil thing. One more morally conflicting thing.
Yeah,
I've got to stress that again for the audience.
It's not necessarily evil, it's just morally conflicting.
It's morally conflicting, it's not evil. That's a hang-up we had originally when we were playing this. So where we last left off, somebody had a bad feeling about this, if I'm not mistaken, and we had finished a recon mission.
Yes, we checked out both warehouses, A and B.
Excellent. Oh, right, because you got Tanga's location, right?
Tanga's whatever kit, whatever gear, whatever box, whatever. He said it was a box that we'd be able to carry. And then our information, which are the recordings that we found along with the holocron and maybe some other stuff, but that package of things is in warehouse A. And Tanga said he has a way to get us in, but it's up to us to get out with the stuff.
Excellent. So let's plan that now. It's a beautiful evening here on Bava. The suns have set. You get a nice little glow from the horizon. So it's never really quite super dark here, but it's mostly dark.
Right.
The forestry is alive with chirps and alien noises.
Chirps and growls and howls and things.
You are enjoying a quiet night.
Zen is out of his element. This espionage, breaking and entering crime thing.
Oh, I thought you meant because you're a fish person on a desert world. But okay, no.
Zen is doubly out of his element because of this. So actually, he is in the back of the barn with the holocron hooked up, going over and over and over again.
About stealth
and infiltration.
But just like the beginner one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, meanwhile, Gree has more experience in being sneaky and stealing stuff because he had to do it a lot as a kid. And he's tying down his tools muffling his gear so he doesn't make a lot of noise when he moves around. And headgear, a scarf or something, so he can ninja it up and possibly hide his identity.
Excellent. All right.
And Bear is attempting to give Jelly a bath, and Jelly is not cooperating in the slightest. And for her troubles, she gets a nip on the finger.
There's a little trail of space squirrel.
Just out of curiosity, because we know how adorable, if this is like any normal, adorable small creature, when it is wet, it is somehow twice as adorable, right? Because it's like not fluffy and then it's all thin and has little weird deer legs.
It's somehow ridiculously pathetic.
Yeah, it looks just half the size.
He was all wet, and now he's rolling in a dust pile. So the whole exercise of the bath was completely wasted time.
So you guys pretty much had roles laid out for tonight's heist. Well,
we're working on that. We don't know what our entrance is going to be because we understand that this shadowy underworld figure had a way for us to get in. I'm kind of waiting on his call or his heads up or whatever sort of communication he could lay on us because he said he'd be able to get us in and not out.
Mm-hmm.
Out, I'm pretty concerned about.
As you should be.
Yeah.
We were in the compound today with a broken crane. I'm thinking that I work there, and it's less unusual for someone to be at their workplace late than it is for them to be sneaking into a place they've never been before.
Okay, so you think me dressed entirely in black, covering my head, might be suspicious?
That's going to be suspicious,
All right.
yes, of course.
So he's got to take half his outfit off.
Maybe I'll have to tone that down.
We should come up with a cover story.
Okay.
For why I'm there.
I like what you're thinking there, Zen. That does make sense.
I don't expect my job to be there in the morning.
Perhaps you finally, adjudicated our settlement or our argument, and the answer was just to come get the crane and give it to her.
Yeah, we can definitely do that because the crane is in warehouse B. We left it with Max because we wanted him to write down his verdict.
So however we're being delivered to the compound, we're getting out by, if we can, charming our way through. Oh. We are, deceiving our way through.
I sure hope that Tanga Danal knows what he's doing when he says he can get us into this place.
Yeah, I don't know if I can trust the guy either, but I don't think we have a choice.
I'd rather have the stupid stormtroopers after us than that dude.
Well, it's always a very bad idea to have a really good plan.
We're coming up just aces, aren't we, Zen?
So cut to the speeder. It's nightfall. You guys are having the tail end of this conversation in the speeder as you head for Bava Port City. So how are you guys going to be approaching this?
Right. So the three of us are in the speeder. We're on our way to the forward operating base, and we're expecting instructions from Tank.
Yeah, I do have the blaster under the seat still.
Yep. In the
There are
Jelly
two
pocket.
blasters because I have one too.
Right on.
Wait, weren't you the one talking about no? Don't bring a gun. You brought one too.
No, yeah.
Well,
as
at least
long
she's
as it
bringing one
stays
now.
in the
Yeah. I
speeder.
guess now's the time to bring one, right?
Right.
Possibly.
My holdout blaster is in the pocket of my coat.
I've got papers.
I'm driving.
All right, so
As
Bear is
usual.
driving. You guys are piled up in the speeder. You're heading towards the forward operation, or the forward operating base late at night on Bava.
Mm-hmm.
So bonus, there's no line this time.
I'm in the passenger seat because I am
Yeah.
technically supposed to be, or can be supposed to be here.
Yeah. Well, we have to pick up that paperwork from Max and get me my crane back. Thank you very much.
Exactly.
You lost, buddy.
Yeah, I lost. I mean, we both know who that can.
Watch, we're going to do this.
Brain.
It's going to work. We're going to get back to the bar. He's going to be like, why didn't you use my plan?
All right, so you pull up to the main gate.
Yep.
There are two stormtroopers standing out front of the main energy gate. And you pull the vehicle up, and they start walking over to the car.
Thanks. You're on.
Good evening, troopers.
Good evening, sir.
We're expected.
Yes, you are, sir. And the gate's open.
I exhale.
I stopped fingering the ineffectual holdout plaster in my pocket.
So as you're driving the speeder up the forward operating base Main Street, the tents are all empty. Anything that can be broken down and kind of folded up and put away for the night is. So most of you, like your tables and that kind of stuff, are all stowed away. It's got more room, but it definitely is practically empty in here. The keen eye notices a lot of surveillance equipment, but there's not a lot of actual human beings walking around.
Okay.
Well, Tanga came through with his part of the deal.
Well, I'm going to try to use the ladder to get to the top of one of the warehouses.
Who's B?
All right, so you park the speeder next to Max's tent. He's not in his tent right now.
I would imagine. I can see the space that he usually is in the recliner.
Yep.
I'm going to try to activate the ladder, go up to the top of the building, and deactivate as much of the security as I can from the top as possible.
Okay, so you guys are going to kind of keep watch out.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to stay in the speeder, but I'll be on the outside of warehouse B.
All right, so you pop around to the back of warehouse B to where your little ladder contraption that you use your advantage to find it.
Yes.
All right, so let me get is it a computer? Let me get a computer check.
Also, I'm on high alert, so I think I'm aware of all living things within short range.
Perfect.
Spend a force point.
What kind?
Light.
Spent a light side force point to become aware of all living things around you.
All living things within short range.
Within short range. Okay. It's just you guys right now.
All right,
Subconscious.
and computers, they go to intellect?
Intellect, yep.
And you said it was a difficulty of 1?
Yes, sir. Easy difficulty.
And I do have a point so I can raise one of my greens into a yellow.
There is one setback die because it's night, but you get to remove setback die because of your talent.
Okay. All right, I've got 4 successes and 1 threat.
Excellent. So that was really, really successful. You looked super cool doing it. Like the ladder all came down. You're like, watch this. And you snapped your finger in the ladder. But you got 1 threat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Unfortunately, it makes a lot more noise than you expected it to make.
I'm like, watch this.
Yeah.
You mean hear it? Clackety, clackety,
Yeah,
clackety,
exactly.
clackety.
Zen, there are 2 extra living things heading this way.
I would much rather be fishing for keto. Lift it from the other end.
So you guys start messing with the crane, basically getting it in the car, trying to make it look decent, because, here come 2 stormtroopers. What are you going to do? Great.
I'm going to try to stealth right up the ladder while they distract him.
Love it. Okay, so stormtroopers coming up. What's going on over here? Stealth roll.
And that is off my agility.
Yes,
actually.
sir.
All right, and I have a bump in that, so that's only a 2. So
Okay.
I've got 1 green dice and 1 yellow dice.
And a boost die because you are under the cover of darkness.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yes, boost die. Excellent. Thank you much.
Minion rules difficulty is going to be 1 challenge die.
Okay. All right, then. Here we go. So I got 3 successes.
3 success. You have 3 dice. Okay.
I have 4?
All right, so 3 successes. You scamper all the way up the ladder. I said they were, what, like 2 to 3 stories tall? Yeah, so
like
you,
2 stories.
You pretty much stealth all the way up. You're like, how does this ladder make so much noise when I make none climbing it? And you become the knight.
So I'm getting up there to the control panel. That's where my guy's at.
Excellent. What's going on over here, citizen?
Good evening, Trooper.
Good evening.
This is Anne. This is Anne's crane. We finally settled her dispute. Of course, she was in the right because she's human. And we're collecting the crane for her so she can take it back to her farm.
Yeah.
I need a charm roll. I'm flipping a dark side point to upgrade your difficulty.
All right. What is my difficulty?
Your difficulty is 2 challenge die.
2 challenge die.
Oh my
Yep.
goodness. Here you go.
You guys have been getting way too successful. This is nonsense.
The game master's had enough of your successful nonsense.
Nonsense.
Jeez.
You've got 1 setback die because this is exactly where you were when you tapped into real fear, Dave.
All right. I ignore it because this is a charm roll.
All right.
All right. So
Are you kidding me?
Zen
my
is
success is canceled out by my failure, which means my triumph is just a triumph and not a success. So, but I did get a triumph.
So you did not succeed, but you got a triumph. Okay, so tell me about the triumph then.
I'm going to spend my triumph on this trooper, actually. There are 2 troopers here.
2.
I failed. I did not succeed. I didn't get any negatives except that I didn't succeed. And so now he knows that I'm here illicitly. But he knows that he's being paid to let me be here illicitly.
Okay, so the stormtrooper you're talking to knows, or the other one?
The other one.
The other one.
So the
okay.
one that I failed to convince, I failed. But the other guy, he now knows. Oh,
Okay.
Now,
like he just got it through his cup.
Now, okay, this is why I got that bonus. Yeah.
That sounds like a line of fodder to me. Actually, Dave, I think that's really right. I saw it when the papers came in. You were in the bathroom. Wait, what?
And they go on and have a conversation. So this other stormtrooper is totally trying to convince the original speaking stormtrooper that you are in fact fine. And he actually produces a data pad that he is now showing to the other stormtrooper.
Nice.
After
Get out
a
of these
few
gentlemen's
minutes, Izzy convinces Dave that it's fine, and although Dave is not happy about it, he walks away. So the two stormtroopers actually do eventually leave you alone. But you had a lot of time on the top of that roof before that
Yes.
happened.
So I was
So what's going on?
I was trying to get to that security panel. I'm trying to sabotage it in some manner. What I
All
would
right.
ideally like to do is just shut down all of the drones that are in the inside, or at least shut off any communication they have with the rest.
Yeah, that's what. So the drone power controls we established when Bear was in the other one are actually inside the buildings.
And
But alarm-wise out, you can stop at this junction.
So that's what I'm going to try to
Cool.
do.
Awesome. So that'll be a computer roll.
Okay. I have some of my electronic tools.
Okay, excellent.
You know,
Yeah, I
mean,
remember you
mostly
mentioned
that's
you-
what I have. I was tightening them
Right.
down so they were baffled. They didn't, or muffled. They didn't make as much.
This is going to be a hard difficulty, so it's going to be 3 difficulty.
Okay.
You'll get to use your computer. You'll get a boost die for your equipment,
Excellent.
and then a setback die because it is nighttime.
Because of the nighttime?
Yep.
All right, then. All right, this is not easy, but it's
That
going
is
on.
not easy.
Okay. Come on. Ooh. Ooh.
Did you get another triumph?
Nope. I'm afraid not. Let's see. I've got 2 threats is how it falls down.
2 threats.
Right?
Okay, so while you're up on the box, you drop one of your tools.
Oh, no.
So it comes falling down and clanks its way down the building and thuds into the ground. And your second threat is one of the stormtroopers heard it.
Ooh.
You were unsuccessful. I mean,
Right, so I'm not going to be able. I mean, we don't do another stab at that. That's just
not really. Yeah,
that's just
no.
a
So we
break.
can't really. The relay's locked up. You can't get into
I'm gonna
it.
I'm gonna have to slide down and announce that we're gonna have to go in and try to shut down the drones from the inside of the buildings
Okay.
and snatch the stuff. Maybe we should break up and each of us hit one of the warehouses at once.
Well, you bought yourself enough time to have this conversation at least. So you slide down.
Yeah.
You've got the crane loaded up into the land speeder now.
Right.
So you've got a few minutes to decide what you're going to do, and then we're storming the castle, for lack of a better term.
Yep.
All right, you have you the computer know-how, right?
Uh-huh.
And so you should probably try to shut the drones down.
Yeah, I should be involved in that. Either, and we probably should have somebody in the getaway vehicle.
Are we able to talk to each other?
Yeah, we've
We're
grouped back up
huddled
together.
Comms?
We've grouped
With
up.
our-
Oh, yeah,
No,
like
I mean,
once you're out, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and nobody can listen into that or whatever.
Well, no,
They're going to record the room, so...
They're gonna right
Yeah.
in the room. Okay.
Yeah, they'll be able to piece it together after the fact if you would like, but
Yeah.
Not to mention we are transmitting on open signals.
all of this is going on, yeah.
Right. Okay.
Um,
So I've already seen warehouse A,
Right.
so I know where the power box for the drones is.
Yeah, so you could
And
get
if-
Gree
So
there pretty
If
easy.
So you can have
I
Bree
could.
go
I
there.
take you with me. Okay.
And then you go to get the data pads,
And I'll try to corrupt all of their data.
and I'll try to go in the other one.
And you'll try to go in warehouse B and look for
The T.
Tanga's
Tanga's
box.
smiley box, yeah.
Right. Okay.
And I'll try to see if there's another drone thing for that warehouse. Hopefully they're all controlled by one central unit.
I'll be able to ascertain more when I get to the panel.
Yeah. Okay.
Should I... The last light side point again.
Yes.
Okay.
Because all the drones are controlled by the one central unit.
Okay, so the camera droid drones in each of the warehouse are both controlled by the box in A for that light side point. That's all 5 dark, by the way.
Yeah, I have another bad feeling about
Yes,
this.
you do. All right.
Okay. So, great. Come on with me, and I will show you where the box is, and you can do your computer stuff.
Yep.
And
I collect my lost tool on the way following her, by the way.
Because I have a bad feeling about this, and I have the Power Force C, I think that'll spur a glimpse into the future,
Okay.
a general sense of...
Well, you got to roll the force die, but
And of course, I am still... that fear is creeping in again.
oh, that fear got you again. Oh
He
no.
rolled 1 dark
All right,
point.
so it just this time. So when you went through it before, it was like that roller coaster kind of droppy where you know you're safe, and it's almost is kind of fun, like
Right.
to deal with it. This is you don't know you're safe. The roller coaster was built in the 1920s, and it's made of wood and like anti-communist flyer propaganda. Right? It's a long drop. It's a long drop. And you're looking down into an uncovered mine shaft. And it's down and dark and very deep. And you're watching and waiting.
Gloom. You see gloom in the future. Ooh. Okay.
Well, I don't share that. That's just a...
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
That
not
was my
aware
bad
of your,
feeling about
of
this.
your bad
Like-
feelings. But Bear and Gree, we're going to go to where you said you saw a weakness in Tent A, remember?
I do. You'd spent an advantage to find some structural weakness, so maybe try not the front door.
Yeah, I want to try doing that so we don't have to go in just blasting.
that's true. That's a great idea.
Excellent.
And hope the weakness is hopefully visible from the outside as well as the inside. I mean, it's like the fabric is
Yeah, absolutely.
whatever. Okay, so we walk around and we find the spot, and you have tools in your belt or something like that.
I've got like a micro cutter.
Alrighty.
It's not big enough to
alrighty.
use as a weapon or anything, but it's like an X-Acto blade.
So you guys want to try to basically cut an entrance hole
Yeah.
into this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
I like that. Let's see. That will be... I'm going to need a knowledge check. This will be education. Because this is going to be structural architecture knowledge, basically, is going to
Okay.
allow you to do this.
Well, I've got 1 rank in education,
Excellent. As a group roll, so you can use Bear's intellect. She's got a 3 intellect.
Right.
Excellent.
You're 1 rank. So you'll get three ability dice. Upgrade one of them to a proficiency die. The difficulty on this is hard.
Okay.
Which is 3.
3.
That's it. Let's
I
roll.
think that's what we got. Yeah.
Let's roll it. See what happens.
I got. Oh, this is an exciting one. I've got a triumph and a threat.
Excellent. All right. So you did not manage to open a hole big enough for one of you to get in. And I got some threat to play with, but you got a triumph again, which is your second one in this scene, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we're sneaking around.
So what's the triumph?
Okay, the triumph. Jelly dives into the hole because on the other side of that, right on the console that controls these droids, the drone droids, somebody left a big, juicy, jelly-filled pastry that was half-eaten, and he's heading right for it, and he hits the off switch.
So he scampers across the box, hits the off switch.
Yep.
All right.
Flips the switches that turn all the droids off.
I'm going to turn a dark side point just so my drones don't drop out of the sky as I imagine they would if you just turned them off. So they find their little nest spot and they
go to a recharge.
They go to their recharge station, and that's where that is.
That's right. That's how Jelly
So
do.
Jelly just ate a jelly donut.
Yep. He's face deep in a jelly donut sitting on top of a switch box that he is
This just got
managed
so
to turn
meta.
off.
Jelly, where did you go?
Okay.
So all you guys know is that Jelly ran in. You know because you spent the triumph.
Right, but the characters, all we know is that Jelly ran
all
in.
All you guys know is that Jelly just ran in there.
Okay.
And Zen doesn't even know it at all.
Right. But Jelly can talk to me, and he's not that far away, right?
Well, you get stuff. Like, he doesn't, like,
stuff.
talk.
Gotta go in there and get Jelly. Get your thing.
Well, you can't go in through this crack. How are you going to get in there?
I'll try to... They only had the one entrance, huh?
Yeah, there was a door out front.
All right.
It's kind of as what amounts to well lit for here. But, yeah.
All right.
To try to sneak in the door.
I think I could go for sneaking in the door. Wait here, I'll go get Jelly.
Zen, what are you doing in Warehouse B?
Striding up to the front door.
All right, so you are out in the well-lit area, as this is your place of employment, so you're allowed to do this, and you're staring up
Not
at
really,
a big
but
automatic door. Down, just to your left, a little ways, you see Gree poke his tentacled head around the corner and going into uber stealth mode.
He's getting ninja'd up. Yeah, he wraps his face stuff up with his tentacles. They pick up the scarf and put it on him for himself.
I look for the smaller automatic door that lets you go into the giant hangar doors.
Yep. Yeah, that's one you. Yeah, that's where the guards were. Yep. So you're there.
And I go in.
Okay, so you hit the little button to open the door.
Yes.
The door is locked.
Unlock it.
How would you like to unlock the door?
I do not know how to unlock doors.
Okay, well, there's 2 ways. You could try to hack it using your computers, or you can use Star Wars logic.
I don't really know how to use computers very well, so I'm gonna do the Star Wars thing.
So, what do you do, Dave?
I pull my holdout blaster out and I shoot it open.
And you shoot the door. All right, so as we all
You
know
shoot
in
the
Star
control
Wars,
panel, right?
when you shoot a control panel on a door, you get to choose what the door state is, and then it stays that way until repaired. That is our house canon rule on Star Wars door logic.
Yes.
It works for me. That's very Star Wars.
They don't have it's not always all the way open.
Right.
As evidence in the film. Sometimes it's open a little bit.
Yep.
Or closed just so that you can't
Sometimes
get
you
through
can
it.
shoot it to lock them.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, so you shoot the door. Door goes up. Panel goes. Tss, tss.
Well, that wasn't supposed to happen.
You are
I walk
staring
in?
into a warehouse. It's very quiet inside the warehouse. There's none of that stuff you heard about in the other one where there was robots flying around everywhere. This is perfectly still. One of the weird things about this warehouse is there are crates, which is very strange. Most of the time it's these plastic boxes that you actually have to be pushing on those little hover platforms and stuff like that. There are some bava wood crates here.
Top men work on things in here.
Top men.
Who has the piece of equipment that shows us where the beepers are?
Technically, we all do.
Everyone's
All
data
of us
pad.
does?
And
Okay.
and also your comms when you have them on, they'll beep in proximity, so they'll help us find them.
Oh, yay.
I pull out my datapad, turn the dimmer down because it's dark,
Right.
and then I start looking for the right one.
All right, so you are looking for Tenga's crate.
Blaster out,
Blaster out? Sure, why not?
and
Dun, 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 dun.
still scared as hell,
Still grappling
but aware
with
of
the fear.
life within short range.
All right, so you tapped into the Force, and the dark side was there to answer you. It's really enjoying this roller coaster. So as you've been plummeting down farther and farther and farther, you almost shatter through this floor, and all sense of rhythmic motion falls apart, and you're bouncing from negative extreme to negative extreme as every little mistake and what the worst possible case scenario could be for each of those. Luckily, it's not going to happen now because there's nobody else near you. What are you guys doing in the other warehouse?
All right, I'm approaching the door at the front, the smaller door for the hangar.
Okay, so you were peering around the corner and you were like, gosh, how am I going to get in here? And then Zen shot the door.
Well, that's certainly a way.
That wasn't supposed to happen.
Indeed. Well, I'm going to see if the door is locked. And if there, do I see any guards or any of the troopers right there?
There's a patrol that is passing at some point. There's definitely patrols. There's nobody stationed at the door.
All right, but I don't see the patrol like directly in line of sight. I'm not going to jump out there. If they would obviously see me. That's what I was getting at. Because
Yeah,
the door.
you don't have a lot of time to work on the door, basically, is what it comes down to.
Blaster time. We've already done that.
Established that as canon and the quickest way to probably get in. So
I'm starting to feel a little of that fear. It's a little bit of that. So anyway, I'm going to blast the door and then say, "Come on," over my shoulder and duck in.
okay.
Because I picture it that bear's like just like right on the other side of the
Yeah, like around the corner,
Yeah.
sort of just waiting to make sure
like
the coast
watching
is
me
clear.
peek around, and so I
So if
just
somebody gets
Right.
shot in the head, it's not her.
yeah, something like
Right.
that.
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm sick and tired of calling to Jelly.
All right, so you guys walk into this warehouse, and there is a little line, little tiny footprints on the ground in this kind of orangey marmalade-looking jelly. That goes across the floor and then directly up the wall to where one of these little drone nests are.
Yeah.
And Jelly has kicked the drone out, so it's kind of out of its nest on the side, and Jelly's sitting in the little charging station where it's warm and is getting his nap on right now.
Okay. Well, collect jelly. I'm gonna use my force power of Seek
Okay.
to try to locate the objects that we have in here.
All right, so you know exactly what you're looking for. So I'm not even going to make you roll it. If you want to use the force power, all I need is the force die.
Okay. It's a dark side point.
It's a dark side point. Okay. So, I mean, how are you feeling right now? You're afraid, right? I think you just mentioned that you were afraid.
Yeah. It's fear. Fear and hatred is also big with me, but
Well,
it's,
this
it's
isn't
a
anything
scary
about
thing.
hate. What you hate now is yourself. That you're afraid that something
Okay.
bad might happen to this tiny little creature, Jelly.
Oh, I might have gotten jelly hurt, for example.
You could have just gotten Jelly killed, and you didn't even think about it.
Okay. Yeah, right on. Yeah, I'm not happy about that.
No. But what you are happy about is this gray crate, plastic crate on the bottom shelf of row K.
Okay.
It's got every data pad you had in your machine shop in it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna take everything that looked like it was mine, and maybe a little bit more if I can fit it in my pockets.
Well, I mean, the way these things they're set up on a little like hover transport, basically. So it's probably easier to take the whole
I'm grabbing
crate.
the thing. Yes, if it's on a self-contained sort of
Yep.
mobility
shelf.
device,
Yeah, basically, yeah.
A
And then you
hover
push
shelf.
them. Yeah,
like a hover truck, like a hand truck, but it just like you could like
hovers.
It's a hover truck.
it's a hover truck.
You're pushing that towards the speeder, I guess.
Yes,
right?
I'm absolutely snagging it and coming back out. That's my plan.
All right, cut to warehouse
and then-
B.
I find Tenga's signal.
In the very back of the warehouse. So the way this warehouse works is it's in the front of it is those plastic crates, the stuff set on like hover shelves that you'd expect to see. On the very back wall is a large box. It's probably about 4 feet wide. Wood that's got a smile face carved into the top of the box.
Okay.
So the beeps and the boops got you here. Once you were
And-
standing in front of it, it was pretty easy to tell which one's which.
I'm trying to decide whether or not I'm the sort of person who wants to know what's inside the crate or just is going to deliver it. I think I'm just going to deliver it. I look for a hover cart.
Okay. There's hover carts in here for sure, but they're for those other boxes. You don't exactly know how it's going to interact with this wood. I mean, it's a platform, sure, but those things are like mounted onto that platform when you're moving them. I mean, you can just pick it up and carry it. You're strong, dude.
Well, I wasn't sure. You said 4 feet wide. That's pretty big.
Yeah, it is pretty big. If it was full, it should be probably too
like
heavy
this
for you to
TV,
carry,
not
right?
full.
Well, you can carry it. You can pick it up. It's not as heavy as you'd expect it to be for a box that size.
Shake it. Like I've got my arms out like this on
Yeah.
either side of the box. It's right at my chest, and I just kind of give it a.
There's
Up and
definitely
down
some
once
kind
or
of like
twice.
padding in there because you can hear it move all as one solid thing, but you hear clanking. There's like glass or there's metal or there's something clanking into each other. Okay.
The glass and metal combo.
Yep.
I think I'll just hoist the box out of the warehouse. Go back to the.
Throw it onto your shoulder like the big strapping triangle man you are. All right, so you just happy-go-lucky, just dope-a-doo, walk right out?
Right.
All right. So you come walking out. You guys are standing outside of the speeder where the crane has now been loaded back into.
Mhm.
So you don't really have space to put this box right now. And then you see Zen come happy-go-lucky walking out of the warehouse. He has that moment where he tries to walk out normal, but the box is too wide.
Right.
Now I got to come out sideways.
Right. So I assume Jelly like somehow got gathered.
Yeah,
Okay.
I yelled at him and he woke up.
Yes,
And
it's
now
jelly
I
time.
have nice orange streaks down my nice new vest.
I gotta say, it was very lucky that they turned the joints off at night. So it's kind of dumb.
What's not lucky is the dark side point I just flipped. You guys don't notice as you're trying to figure out how to get the crane out of the back and get the box in, but Zen sees the patrol walking straight down the road, blasters drawn, headed towards you guys right now.
I really wish I was keto fishing right now.
Oh boy. So I guess I peek over my shoulder and there they are.
There are 4 stormtroopers
Chunka. Doing their
formation moving down the street right now. And
Fire.
you hear, "You there, citizen!" And then an alarm
Oh no.
comes up, and
This is it, gang. We're dumping the crane. We're putting the stuff.
you guys just start
I take
grabbing.
out my blaster and shoot one of them.
All right, that's how we do it.
Yeah. I think
There.
what I'm going to do is like drop the bed
Uh-huh.
and then fire up the speeder and tilt back with the thing to drop it, like dumpster style.
Okay, so you're gonna
Probably
use...
in the road to slow those guys down.
Love it. All right, you're
Nice.
shooting. You're gonna do that. What are you doing, Zen?
Holding my box going. I don't know what to do with my.
I wish
Set
I
the
was-
box down and hide behind it.
Okay, so let's do
her
it.
up.
So you jump into the speeder.
Pulling like the bootlegger maneuver, trying to use the momentum to throw it in
All
their
right.
direction. I don't expect it to tumble into them, but it'll at least give us a little bit of cover and distract them.
Yeah, your fancy, expensive crane that has been
Oh,
broken
I know. And
for
I
the
hate
third
the Empire
time.
for making me do this to my crane.
Goes tumbling out of the back of the speeder. You do a cool little. It's not really a fishtail, is it? Is it still a
Yeah,
fishtail
it's a
because you're doing it in the
fishtail.
air?
It's a fishtail.
It's a
Okay,
fishtail.
so you do a cool fishtail maneuver. Crane comes tumbling out of it, which is great because Bear already started shooting and they've already started shooting. So the blasters, the crane pretty much eats a few of the blaster shots and gives Bear something convenient to hide behind.
I'm shooting.
Shooting at some stormtroopers, that's going to be your roll. So let's look at this. Your agility, you have 3 agility if I'm not mistaken. Did you have any kind of combat skill with the blaster?
I have rank and range light, yes.
Okay. Perfect. So this is your roll. So it is a 3 difficulty because of the range. Wow, you did not do well. No, I lied. Well, you failed, so you missed them, but they're stormtroopers. They're not used to seeing hits anyways.
Oh,
But you do have an advantage. So you can
Okay.
spend your advantage.
Okay. The advantage is that I was able to put the 2 boxes that we had into the speeder, and they're fine, and there's plenty of room left over.
It goes
Bree
onto
does the
hover thing.
fishtail, and then you like tilt the hover thing up, which slides the box down into there. As it's a nice moment as the crane is tumbling out. Bear's loading the box into the
one
other
hand,
side.
she's unloading the crane. With the other hand, she's firing
That's
Yes!
gangster style with the blaster sideways.
Oh, that looks so cool. Zen, what are you doing?
peeking out from behind the box and firing as well.
Oh gosh, okay, so you're shooting at stormtroopers. All right, fire away.
I failed
Okay,
with just a failure.
all right. Stormtroopers are going to be firing back at you guys. So they're firing at the speeder just because that's the thing that's big and moving, and they're stormtroopers, so they should be able to hit that. Oh, stormtroopers can get triumphs too, boys. What's up? So I was successful, and I have a triumph. So triumph is for me to spend, and it's on an unrelated scene. They hit the car got all shot up, took a bunch of damage. Some of the power like started fluctuating a little bit in the car, like it.
Yeah, the
Space right.
The space right. Yes. I was just trying to figure out what I was saying.
Starboard, left, and port have the same number of letters in them. That's how I remember.
Excellent.
There you go.
Not bad.
All right, they're moving up the road in formation, taking shots at you, screaming about stopping. The alarms are going. You got to imagine there's more coming.
I'm hollering out, get in. We're out of here.
Getting in with the bucks.
So is the speeder, does it not work at all?
No, it's still going, but it took some system damage.
Everyone get in.
You guys have actions this turn, so
Get
you
in.
can, and in fact, if you want to, you can spend a 2 strain to get an additional maneuver this combat turn, and that will give you more than enough time. You'll be able to get the box in as well as yourself. Bear, you'll be able to get in and do some like kind of cool, Dukes of Hazzard slide across the hood while firing 2 guns.
Yeah, I'm definitely continuing to fire.
Bear, let's take another shot then at these stormtroopers. I'm gonna give you a bonus die for the cool factor with the hood slide. So roll that in addition. Come on! I swear, I have one of these die and half the sides must be triumphs. I do not understand this. That is like the 4th one in this scene. Okay.
2 successes and a triumph.
You are, if you weren't rebels when you rolled up in here, you sure are now, because you just shot a stormtrooper. He took the energy blast straight to the chest and fell down. And 3 other ones are returning fire as you dive into the car.
Head for the back gate.
We're going to try to get out the back
We're going to
gate.
drive right between the 2 warehouses, because the back gate is right there, because we can see it.
Okay, how are you going to do that? The vehicle is too wide.
They spent a dark side point.
I did.
I'm going to use my maneuver to alter the speeder truck's configuration into vertical, like it has for going on the cliffs.
Okay.
And then I'm going to squeeze in between the 2 buildings that way.
Okay, so you pitch it up pretty much so it's vertical instead of horizontal and drive it between. I need a driving check. As amazing as that is, I would give it to you, but I need some kind of
To see how this
roll.
turns out?
Yeah.
Sure.
I need piloting
Planetary.
piloting planetary and agility, I believe. This is like a difficulty 3. This is 4. No, this is 4. This is nuts. This is the hardest thing you've tried to do.
It's difficulty 4?
This is the hardest thing you've tried to do.
We're doing it. So I got 1 success and 2 threats. That's how it turned out.
1 success and 2 threats. All right.
Yeah.
Yes, you were successful. Okay, that was cool.
We didn't
that was
crash.
really cool. All right. So you're successful. You got the car between the 2 buildings, which is confounding all of the stormtroopers. First threat.
Actually, no one of them. An airfoil, something on the back of the speeder, hits the ladder. Something always gets knocked off the top of the ship.
And the second threat is Jelly was not prepared for the sudden shift in gravity, nor with the overabundance of jelly donuts, and has made a little sick in his jelly pouch. But he'd do it again. He'd do the ride again. It was great. He made a little orange marmalade.
Oh, thank.
I'm going to be sick.
How does so much food fit in such a little creature?
I know. Well, that's how. It doesn't stay in for long. All right, so awesome. You fit through the building perfectly. You come out through the other side and slam back down to the normal position. Begin traveling at the normal land speeder.
Mine is the speeder.
Yep.
Okay.
And there's the back gate, and it's closed and locked. The little energy field's up. And why are you shaking your head? What are you doing?
Shoot the control box.
Yeah, it's not going to be up for long is why I was shaking my head.
All right, so I'm not even going to make you guys roll it. It's just all blasters out pretty much right now. Just
saturate fire till we can blast through and do a little bit more damage to our friend's speeder. Why not?
All right, so you smash through the back gate.
Sorry, Tenga.
Very satisfying.
crane across the Bava arid plateau.
Out into the desert night.
I'm pretty sure this is what my uncle told me not to do.
Well, that's all for this week, but we'll be back next week to see if Gree, Zen, and Bear can escape Imperial clutches. See you then.